Well, we're off to a hot start. Up 5 pounds. We're off to a hot start. I fucked up the
Well, we're off to a
hot start. Up 5
There
pounds.
we go,
We're off
buddy.
to a hot
Well,
start.
perfect.
We're off.
You know, we're back together.
We're
back
back
together again on the fucking show. It's exciting. We're gonna talk some wrestling.
Yeah, we're back.
Get Cahool out of his depression.
I don't know
Motivate
about
him
that.
to lose some weight.
I lost
There,
weight,
fuck
bitch.
it.
I took the sick route. I fasted. I lost 10 fucking pounds this week, bro.
Oh, did you? You fasted, bro?
Not that I wanted to, but I just could not eat. I was fucking.
Oh.
I was on the fucking. I was on the sick diet where I just could not eat for the last week because I fucked up. I didn't get the Rona, but I basically got close to the Rona. So, but yeah, we're back. We're doing the wrestling review show. You know, it feels good to be back in the saddle, doing some good shit again. Finally.
It's the biggest week in wrestling in probably years, I would say. You know, probably. I don't know if I can't remember a bigger week than this. For WWE, this was a bigger show than the WrestleMania this year. You know,
people were there than WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It was a worse show than WrestleMania this year. I'll say that. It was like, I don't gotta do it, but I kind of thought it sucked dick. But it certainly was there, brother.
I get it. And AEW had probably the biggest return in wrestling, in as far as I can remember, with the CM Punk return.
Yeah,
and we should probably get into that right away.
We'll just talk about it. Now, I'm a little bit upset. Because I thought the CM Punk return was going to be at All Out. I had the tickets available. I was going with my buddies. We were all going to be excited when CM Punk came out for the first time. We're gonna pop. We're going to be excited. I'm going to get the first match back. But when I saw the fucking Last Dance United Center thing, I was like, fuck. They jibbed me. They jibbed me out of my tickets, brother. But it's okay. I got in.
I don't know. The first match I'd probably sooner be at than this. You know what I mean? There's going to be a lot more to the match, and you're going to get to see, can he actually still work?
That's
Can he
true.
still go? Or is Darby going to be way quicker than him and kind of embarrass him in the ring?
Well, Darby,
I don't know.
Darby is going to be quicker than him, but I don't think he'll embarrass him because I don't think that's the kind of match that Punk will have. I don't think there's any denying that Darby's faster. He's younger, and I think even Punk at his best was not as fast as Darby is, honestly.
My biggest concern with this is Punk saying to himself that he's going to put Darby over. And I think that he probably wants to put Darby over, but I don't think he should.
He's not losing.
I don't think he should. Well, he might. I wouldn't be surprised if AEW puts him on a mid-card run and puts him with Dark Order and Colt Cabana or some bullshit like that. I won't be shocked with whatever they do with him, you know, because with Miro, they fucked it up.
It took him a long time to get anything going with Miro. I think that they've got a pretty good thing going with him now with the God's Chosen Champion thing, whatever.
Yes.
He's doing good now, and he's doing what he should have been from the beginning. I think with Punk, the thing with AEW is that they're one of those companies that thinks having a good match with someone is putting them over. You know, where CM Punk will come in and give Darby like this classic match, and they'll be watched forever, and he'll be like part of, you know, watching like the history of CM Punk. That Darby match will be part of that. I think that's going to be the idea. Well, CM Punk will win, obviously, because you have to be retarded to make him lose. You'd have to be an absolute retard to make him lose. So I'll just say that. But
you wait and see. Wait and see. I won't be shocked. That honestly, like if they make CM Punk like everybody else on the show, it's going to be a disaster. Like they really gotta start elevating some of these guys away from the retardation, like CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Malachi Black. These guys shouldn't be in like the retardation, like they should be pushed as stars.
They should be pushed to the top and be in feuds with their top guys that they have right now. Well, Malachi Black, I think they've done a great job with. I think from the start, he's been great. He's got this great look. Andrade, they have not done a good job with since we've started talking. I think Andrade's
Andrade. Fuck him.
He's had good
him.
matches. I like him as a wrestler a lot, actually, as like an actual in-ring wrestler.
Yeah, holy
But his
shit. He's
character-
like a dime a dozen. Like, fuck him. We can get a dozen luchadors that are just as good as him in
Or
the ring.
better.
Like, he has.
Frankly, they
or
have
better.
They have better luchadors in Phoenix and Pentagon with better gimmicks that are actual luchador gimmicks.
And
so
he can't talk for shit, in my opinion. He's got no
No.
personality.
But
None.
he is Ric Flair's son-in-law, so they can get Ric Flair to manage him. And now we're
Why?
because Ric Flair
Why?
he's begging for money. He is managing Andrade and AAA.
I know, but bring Ric Flair in to manage somebody worth the fuck. Give the Ric Flair rub to somebody that's good. Seriously? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Listen, I saw
Put him with
Andrade-
MJF. Put him with MJF in the Pinnacle or something. Fuck. He
I
could
saw
spot for him, though.
I saw Andrade at an NXT house show in Minnesota one time, and I really liked the guy. He was a really good. He had been on a really great match, so I like him as a wrestler. He's not a great character, and he needs to fucking work on some shit there. But that being said, Malachi Black, Tommy End, he's been great since he's come in. He's been awesome, and pretty sure fucking. You know, with all the shit going down, we're pretty sure Daniel Bryan's coming in, like, pretty soon. That's
Yeah.
gonna happen, and that's gonna be...
Now, the company is building some real momentum, and to turn it around a bit, I like what they're doing with Miro, with the TV title now.
Yeah.
Omega's run as the belt collector, it's grown on me. I like Omega a lot more as this version than when he was first in AEW. I think for the first 6 months of Omega's run, they kind of fucking dropped the ball on him. And now...
As someone who's watched a lot of the Omega run in New Japan, and even before that in some of the fucking DDT stuff he did, in like PWG, that was probably the worst Omega has been on a major level probably in years. His run in New Japan before that was way better. He had a better character, he had a better gimmick, and he just he was putting on better matches. He just wasn't putting on the exceptional matches that he was in Japan to level it up. But
I don't know if it's because he's injured. I've heard he's broke down from injuries and he can't work the same. I mean, he's...
But
I don't know.
But the matches he's been having lately have been really fucking good. Frankly, like he's had put on some really great matches.
The match with Christian was pretty decent. Like, it wasn't amazing. I think the biggest problem I have with Omega is just the hype and how much everybody overrated his work. I didn't see his work in Japan. But when you hear people fillet it, you're like, oh, fuck, what am I going to see? Something I've never seen? Well, it's basically, you know, the same sort of shit that I've seen a million times before, and it's not that impressive. But he's been doing fine, and he's starting to get a bit of a character and a personality now with this faction. And I like him a bit more, even though he's fucking goofy or whatever. He works well in the ring, and it works.
He's getting really
personality.
good heat. Like he gets considerable amount of boos on every show. People don't like the guy. Like he is getting decent heat at all these shows, and like he can still have good matches. He's always was better as a heel type character than a babyface, frankly. He's always been better going against other babyfaces than actual like heel type characters, like working back for the crowd or whatever. But no, I mean the thing with Omega, the thing is not that like, you know, I mean, he does do exceptionally athletic stuff, yeah, but the thing is that it's his conditioning that was so impressive in Japan, where he was doing these matches where the pace was like the pace of like a 15-minute match, but it was like an hour long. It was like the pace and the intensity of a 15-minute match. You would see like this explosive, crazy fucking match. But it kept going, and like it went on, and it just like told a great story that way. And he hasn't done that yet in AEW, I think. Maybe
I haven't seen a match like that's an hour long from him. That's an epic. Where now maybe that match will come against Bryan Danielson. Maybe that will be the match that's going to be big. Because I think, to be honest with you, the only thing about Punk's comeback that I thought was a bit lacking was I thought maybe they should just hotshot him right to Omega and just say fuck this Christian shit, because we all know Christian's not winning it all out.
No,
surely to God.
No, he's not.
And if Punk was facing Omega at All Out for the world title in his comeback match, that would have been pretty fucking sweet.
In Chicago,
but
yeah.
In Chicago, and he wins the belt, takes it off Omega. That's a big moment. Pops a big rating on Dynamite the day after or whatever. The ratings are in actually for, have you seen?
For Rampage,
For
yeah,
his Rampage?
The
He was up 400,000 viewers up from the debut.
Well, the big takeaway is the demo rating or whatever people are talking about. It's the highest it's been since the debut of Dynamite. It's like the only one was higher was the original debut episode for the demo. They basically tied SmackDown. They beat Raw. So in that fucking money demo or whatever, which is what the retards all care about or whatever, he was the draw. And that was on a fucking like 9 o'clock or fucking midnight 10 o'clock time slot, a death time slot, not in prime time. Probably Dynamite's gonna do a really fucking big number, which is good.
Yeah. What do you think? Do you think that this is the way to do it, to put him with Darby and Sting?
So the thing to me is that I view Darby as probably like one of their top like 3 or 4 guys in terms of he's the only wrestler I would say, like, he just had the TNT title, but in terms of like singles wrestlers that people care about, it's Omega, Darby, Orange Cassidy, and probably I don't even know if I put Miro, maybe Cody would be on that. I think the 4 list, and I think Darby's the guy they've built. I mean, they built him for so long time as the TV champion. He beat Cody already. He hasn't even. I don't know if he's faced Omega yet. I guess Jericho and MJF too, but I think I would put Darby above. I mean, I would put Darby on like the level of like those guys. Like,
he's somewhere there with MJF. I don't think he had. I don't know. I think he's more organically over than a lot of guys that are there. The crowd seems to respond to him well. Yeah. He's with Sting, and there's a certain rub and a cachet that's come with him being with Sting now.
Also,
but I don't know.
The classic, it's Punk versus Emo PPP. It's Punk
versus Emo.
Yeah,
well, Punk said the reason he wants to work with Darby is because Darby would have been his favorite wrestler as a teenager and growing up, which I can see. And that was one thing about Punk's return, is him saying things that you can believe, that seem real.
The promo was probably
so
the best.
Let's get into the promo a little bit. So I liked that they started the show with it.
Me too.
Instead of closing the show.
That was obviously the right idea. Like, you would not be able, because if you close the show with it, you'd have CM Punk chants the entire show. That would
all night. All night.
You get it out
and
of the way right away.
As soon as you hear the music, the Cult of Personality riff hits, you know that it's going to be perfect because he's got his music. They have licensed the music. He's clearly gotten everything he wanted. And that was the big takeaway from it for me, is like on day 1, he's got his ice cream bars. He's got his music. He comes out, he's got the classic shirt on, know? And the crowd, I've not heard a crowd in wrestling pop like this.
My friend,
maybe ever.
So my friend works in TV production. So when he comes out, like this, if you're noticing the show, like the song kind of sounds a little bit muffled or whatever. Like the song kind of sounds like fucked up because the crowd is so loud that they have to deafen it because otherwise they would peak everything. Like the crowd was so fucking like absolutely deafening that the stadium noise had to be dropped so that they could broadcast it on TV without blowing people's speakers out. Like, we're talking like such a huge pop that the TV crew had to compensate for it. Like, that's a level of pop you don't see. I don't know if I've even seen that in the last, 10 years. Even when Punk was in WWE, he didn't get that kind of pop, I think. Maybe in the Chicago Money in the Bank show, but that's, the closest.
Other than that show, I mean, this is a raucous crowd. This is one of the most raucous crowds for a wrestler I've ever seen.
It was awesome.
It's up there with, Rob Van Dam at One Night Stand. And when you see a crowd that gets this fired up and and they're just, some of the people are crying, and I'll be honest, there were tears coming to my eyes as I was watching this segment because it felt so powerful. It felt so written. It was like wrestling. It's exciting again.
It's like,
and
something...
for me, that was a big thing. Is it's like, okay, wrestling has sucked ass. For over a year now, been very fucking bad.
It's been 4 or 5 years. I think the last good year in wrestling was 2016 for me. That was the last year I actually enjoyed in wrestling.
At least when you had a crowd, there was at least something. They were getting feedback from the audience. During the pandemic, it was oh, fuck, you've taken away the blood of wrestling. And so to see a full, sold-out crowd like it was there, and then at SummerSlam, too, it was really nice to see the crowd. And they're just going crazy. They're going crazy. He jumps into the crowd.
Oh, my God,
he's surfing on the crowd.
It's fucking doing like he's like a rock star. He's like doing like the fucking rock star like surf shit.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you say like one night stand with Rob Van Dam, yeah. But the thing is, that was in like the ECW ballroom, which houses
And that
like,
was only like 2,500 people.
and
maybe,
that's like a much
max.
smaller arena, so the sound travels better because it's in a smaller room, so the sound sounds bigger. This is in the fucking United Center. It's a 15,000 big fuck you stadium with all these people. And people just went nuts. It was amazing. It honestly was like probably one of like the top wrestling moments in like the last, I don't even know, like forever.
In the last 5 years, I think this is definitely on the top 10 list. For returns, it's probably right at the very top. I'm sure there is a return that I'm overlooking. But like, I don't know, like even when The Rock came back to Raw in like around WrestleMania 27, I mean, this is the sort of like the pop wasn't as big, but the way the crowd reacts to The Rock and they eat out of his hand, that's what this was like.
Yeah.
And this was just like very simple by Punk, but because the crowd was so into it, it worked. Yeah. And he didn't go in all like it wasn't. He did a little bit of a shoot on WWE, but it wasn't
bitter about it,
over the top and bitter. It was like
he did that fucking Cole Cabana podcast, which I'm sure we've all listened to, whatever. So if you want to hear him bitch about WWE, you can do that. So it's like, this is not the time to do that. It's the time to be positive and talk about why he likes wrestling and do good things, and talk about move forward and be like happy with shit, which is what I want. I'm tired of bitching about WWE. I mean, I will when we talk about SummerSlam, but I'm honestly like, I've just like moved on from like caring about the company in a lot of ways, where it's like they've let me down for a long time, and I like, there's parts I like and there's parts I don't, but it's like I just want to enjoy pro wrestling. I just want to fucking sit down and be.
It's how many times can you get burned? And as wrestling fans, we're all battered wives at this fucking point. Like it's fucked, But the company is just it's shit. It's shit, and they don't have any interest in getting any better. They don't seem to care what the fans have to say or think, and it's a real shame, Now, AEW, on the other hand, here, it's a different alternative, but it's a lot of things have been shitty, and we've called it out when it's been fucking shitty. I'm not just gonna suck their cock because they're not WWE, and some of the things that they have changed in terms of the booking, like for instance with Miro, and some of the criticism that people leveled there have been for the better, and they are getting better.
The thing with the AEW is that they are usually getting better week to week. Not every week is better than the last week, but usually every show is like, building up from there, and they're making better decisions based on what they've done in the past. Like they're making mistakes, and they're fucking up. Like they fucked up with the exploding barbed wire death match this year. That was it was a disaster. One of the probably be the biggest wrestling disasters of the year. But they've moved on from that, and I barely remember that because I remember this fucking Punk thing. And when Daniel Bryan comes out in a month or so, or a couple weeks even, it's not even a full month away, that he probably going to come out in New York. That's going to be crazy. They're probably going to get Adam Cole. They're probably getting Bray Wyatt. Bunch of Japanese guys are coming in, which is going to be cool. I hope we get Minoru Suzuki at some point. Like, I think that's going to be a thing that's going to happen, which I think will be awesome to see.
I think if they get Bray Wyatt in and they don't do stupid shit with him, like if they don't make him the leader of the Dark Order, and I'm praying on my knees that that's not what they do with him, right? Because that's what they're going to probably do.
That would make the most sense.
Oh God, don't do it though. Don't do it, because this Dark Order, like, they need to just abolish it, okay? They just have to abolish it because everything it touches, it becomes radioactive and turns to shit. And poor Hangman was probably one of the most over guys in this company. And now where the fuck is he?
Okay, we should be back now. Sorry about that, guys. My OBS just crashed. It wasn't even my internet. My OBS just crashed. I don't know why. Probably a fucking fatal computing error or some bullshit.
It was that pedophile Josh Moon dude.
Shut the fucking...
He was trying to DDoS us. That Joshua Moon.
Shit.
His pizza day.
I made fun of the fucking pizza. God damn it.
Yeah, that's what you get, buddy. You fuck with him, it's all over. He's a mob boss or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah. But where we're at, we're talking about CM Punk, the comeback.
Well, I don't know. I mean, like, it's been, like, forever since CM Punk has been in a wrestling ring. I don't know how the quality of the match will be, but I don't know if I even care too much for the first match. I expect, like, to be, like, decent, but I don't need, like, breakout amazing 5-star matches from him. I just need quality matches and good promo work is what I need.
Well, what I'm looking for is the promos. I'm looking for a character that can get people hyped up, get people excited.
Yeah.
And his in-ring work, look, it is what it is. It was never that fucking good. You know, he was never the most athletic guy that there ever was. But, you know, he knows how to work a match. He knows how to actually tell a story in the ring. He knows what he's doing in there. And he'll do a good job, I think. Unless his physique is just total shit, you know, because I was looking at him in that fucking hoodie as he sat down, and I was like, oh, fuck, he's looking a little shitty, you know, looking a bit, yeah, he's looking skinny.
He's skinny, probably because he was doing an MMA training or whatever, which he never was good at, but I'm sure...
His Mike Jackson fight physique, he looked fucking bizarre. Like, he was so, like, stringy and, like, tall and lean in that fight. It was weird.
Well, the thing is, I'm not sure how his look will be, but I'm sure like physical ability wise, I think he'll be okay. I think like in terms of how he'll work in the match, because I don't know how much you even need for wrestling a guy like Darby, because Darby's so light, you know.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm interested in a program with him and Darby. I think I'm not that interested in it, but I think he will work with Sting, and there'll be a Punk and Sting match at some point.
That'll be a fun match. Yeah, maybe not a pay-per-view match, but a TV match.
I do not want to see him work with Jericho at all. I don't want to see that. In 2012, it under-delivered, in my opinion, other than the Extreme Rules match. And now, 10 years later, to redo that, I don't want to see it. I want to see him in Malachi Black.
That would be
great. I want to see him in Omega.
Oh, yeah. Him and Omega, obviously. I think I'd like to see him in New Moxley. I think this version of Moxley, and I think that'd be good.
Punk and Moxley can have a great feud. I would have liked to see Samoa Joe come to AEW, but he's not. So what can you fucking do? But he would have been a great addition to their roster.
But they're not going to get everyone that's leaving. Like, I know we were talking about Bray Wyatt earlier about what will be best for him. Honestly, in my opinion, I don't think it'd be best for him to go to AEW. I think
his best move is to stay at WWE. Wait 2-3 years.
Well, I think he would be good in New Japan. I think he. Oh yeah, I think he'd be great. The big fat guys do actually really well over there, like Evil and Ishii. He's been teasing doing like a fucking Oni demon, like an ogre, like a Japanese ogre demon kind of thing. I think that'd be pretty cool. Him do a
No, if I'm him, I'm sitting on my ass and I'm waiting for Vince to call me in 2 years.
Maybe. I see him doing pretty good in Japan. I think it'd be a good move for him. I think he would do really well over there. I think he could have some. I think like the thing is like his match quality has never been amazing, but if he starts putting some work in, you know, he could build a new image for himself and actually be pretty good. So I'd like to see.
His work is okay. Like matches he had with like Daniel Bryan 7 years ago, I thought were pretty fucking good. But he was working with Daniel Bryan. Now the New Japan guys, he'll have good matches with, but I don't know if he wants to put his body through like a G1 and wrestling that fucking shit. Like, I don't know if he really wants to do that. He's already made probably a ton of fucking money. He doesn't have to work. I was shocked to see him be released, to be honest. But I think what it came down to with him was he had a mental health issue again, and Vince was like, well, what the fuck, pal? You know, you're having an issue the week of WrestleMania, pal. Like, fuck off. You know, and so Vince got tired of his bullshit crying about mental health and having to take leaves of absence. And he was also like, probably looking at it like, we've done everything we can with this guy. He's just not really connected with this gimmick that well. And he just threw up his hands and said, we'll bring him back in a couple fucking years. And he's like a second generation talent. And, you know, like, what are you really going to do with him in New Japan? I don't know. Maybe in AEW he'd be a fit, but I think it's either wait for WWE or go to AEW, make sure it's handled properly and get paid well, if I'm him.
Yeah,
you know?
I think, I don't know, he was posting his, like, the new design for, like, the mask, and it's kind of, it's, like, Japanese demon-inspired. That's why I was thinking that. And I was like, you know, if he like really works character style, it might be interesting in New Japan. They don't have a lot of character guys over there. Most of their guys over there are like worker style, and I think it'd be interesting. I want to.
Well, that's the thing but like he's all about talking and like getting over on the mic, and they don't really do a lot of that there,
no,
and like vignettes and.
But I don't think you need to. I think you can just have him work. I think he needs to ditch that and learn how to be a good wrestler. Maybe he should just learn how to wrestle well. Maybe he needs to go to New Japan to learn how to do that.
I don't know if he needs to really. I don't know if he really has to wrestle.
He's been relying on this crutch of his like character work forever. But you can do character work in ring, and if he learns how to do that, I think the best place to do that is Japan. That's my take.
But my view of things is that the character work is actually the most important aspect of wrestling. Like, this character work is what makes people give a fuck about your match. You know, because we can go see any fucking two Japanese or Mexican guys do flips and stiff each other or whatever any given day, but you're not really going to give a shit about it unless you know who those two Mexican midgets or Japanese midgets are. Like, that's where I'm at.
That's true, you know? And so that's why what New Japan has to do then, what New Japan wrestlers have to do is they have to get that over to you within the context of the match without having to rely on the promo work, essentially. And that's what I like. That's what New Japan, that's what they do for the character work. You know, like you look at like a Suzuki or Tanahashi, you basically know what the guy is and his character is by the end of any match that they're in. So they can... But
I just, like, that translates to you or me, okay? But I don't think that translates to the average person.
No,
like, they're probably they're retarded and they can't follow the storytelling just in ring. They need, like, some sort of, you know, character work outside of that. Some other reason to give a shit.
For most American fans, I agree. But I'm not saying that he should stay in New Japan. I think it'd be good for him to go there. I think it'd be good for him to grow.
My biggest concern...
His biggest weakness was his in-ring stuff with The Fiend. Like,
how much money is he going to make? How much money is he going to make over there?
If he needs money, he could just, like, make, like, he could do short films. He could do, like, short horror movies then and sell merch with, like, the fucking Fiend designs and stuff. He could probably make more money doing that, and he wouldn't have to wrestle.
I just wouldn't want to take those bumps for that money if I'm him.
Not.
Like, why? Why would you do that to yourself? I don't know. Just to prove something to smart Mark fans? Who gives a fuck?
I don't think it's about proving anything. It's about, like, you know, what is he lacking as a wrestler? And that's what I think he's lacking is his in-ring stuff.
Sure, Hulk Hogan also was lacking in the ring. Like, some of... Well...
His ability
if you watch his Japanese matches, I guess you're right.
Well, Hulk Hogan was able to get over his character in the ring pretty well. Like, he was able to, like, express himself and, like, work a match really well. He was great at working a crowd in his matches. I don't think Bray Wyatt has ever been good at translating his character into the ring well. He's never been that good at it. The fucking, you know, the Wyatt family stuff, even the Fiend, like, he's always had, like, bad crutches or, like, stupid lighting effects shit. I think, like, you could if you have both. I think
the Fiend was a shitty character that didn't really make sense and didn't really come across well, and I never really understood where they were going with it or what the fuck it was supposed to be. I was skeptical at first, and I was like, okay, well, let's give it a shot, but then it never coalesced. Now, the Wyatt family gimmick, I really thought was a good gimmick.
It was a good
thought that this guy is a cult leader out of the bayou and the swamp with these bearded fucking huge guys. They just fucked that. They just totally fucked him. And every time he had a feud, he always lost. Mm-hmm. Every fucking feud he was ever in, he lost. And I don't know how you expect this guy to get over as a supernatural threat or anything when he loses every feud he's ever in. To fucking Moxley, to fucking Rollins. He fucking lost every feud he had as Bray Wyatt. Like, I don't even know. Like, even Cena, he lost that feud. I mean, the thing really fucking hit the shits after he lost to Cena at WrestleMania 30. Yep. Before then, he had some potential. Some of the vignettes were cool. Where, like, you went to the Wyatt house, and it was all spooky, and Rowan was, like, chanting "Obey" in the corner, and there was the light bulbs hanging down. It was good, but they just fucking botched the shit out of it. And every time they had a chance with him, like in the build-up with Orton and all that, and he lost to Orton at Mania, they just made so many mistakes. And I just don't think it's really his fucking fault.
No, the Wyatt family wasn't his... I don't think that gimmick family was his fault. But even then, like, when you look at, like, the Undertaker match or something, it's like, is it translating that he's a cult
Well, he had a
leader?
broken ankle.
Yeah.
He had a broken ankle during the Undertaker match, and I still think it's a good match, and I think he should have went over the Undertaker. He had a cool entrance that year too, with the scarecrows and shit like that. That was good. And if they had beat the Undertaker, because what was the point of Undertaker going over? What did Taker do after that? He had a match with Shane the next year that sucked ass.
Yeah.
Then he fucking had the Reigns match, which nearly killed Roman Reigns and was embarrassing if it was going to be Taker's last match, his retirement, which they had to break. And then what did he had a match? He squashed Cena at 34.
And then he did the Boneyard.
And the Boneyard, which was good. But fuck, like, did we really need to screw Bray Wyatt just so Undertaker could have 5 more years of, like, terrible run?
Yes.
I don't know.
We did. It was important.
We had to. I don't know.
Yeah,
And Undertaker wasn't even there for that feud either. Bray had to build the whole feud himself.
Yeah.
For fuck me. Like 3 months he had to build the feud himself. It was bullshit.
It was a stupid time. I mean, that's just part of like the whole era of like, it's like that's just like one example of like the last like fucking 5 to 10 years of WWE being kind of ass, you know, and like having to like stick through it, and like, you know, being a wrestling fan has been kind of miserable for so fucking long now. It's hard. The thing that got me, I mean, we'll talk about SummerSlam, but the SummerSlam segment with the fucking Miz and the water gun, me and my friend was watching. My friend watches AEW with me every week. I've gotten him into wrestling by watching AEW with me every week. So he's a wrestling fan now. He wasn't before, and he is now because he's watching AEW every week. We're watching that Miz, Morrison, and Xavier Woods segment with the squirt gun, and he said, "This is the lamest thing I've ever fucking seen. This is so embarrassing watching this," is what he said.
I'll be honest, I skipped it. I skipped that segment.
I was watching it live, so I didn't skip it. I couldn't skip it. What was I skipping to? Like the rest of the live presentation? It's like, if I'm watching this with like a girlfriend or like a family member or anything like that, it just makes me feel like I'm like a small child, like watching like a baby's product.
I think what it feels like for me when I watch Raw, because I watched Raw, the go home show for Raw, and I almost made a video right after it. But it was like too late, and I was like, fuck it, nobody's gonna care anyway. But I watched that, and I actually, it really reminds me of like a live action Disney show, like on the Family Channel or the Disney Channel, some like fucking show you would see Jake Paul on or some shit like that. Yeah. That's what this is, like cheesy, shitty acting, childishly written, and it's for children. It's for children. Now, that being said, Monday on Raw, the segment with Miz and Morrison, it did make me laugh, the Raw segment. Where and Miz had some lines where he's like, "I'm wearing Gucci shoes," you know, and I thought that was funny. Miz fucked up the promo on Monday on Raw, though. He said, "This Sunday at WrestleMania," instead of "this Sunday at SummerSlam."
This Saturday at SummerSlam.
I know.
It's like both the day and the...
He fucked it hard, but the thing was, he had so much energy to him that it didn't really matter, and then he fixed it later in the promo, so I didn't mind it. But, like, Miz, you know, is so talented for me, like, the fact they waste him on shit like this, like, what the fuck? You know, Morrison also, I wish, was in Impact still, or in AEW, being Johnny Impact or Johnny Elite. He would be fantastic. Johnny Dynamite, whatever he is.
It would have been good, but I don't know. I think that tag team sucks. But I just bring that up because that's like, you know, that's like the perfect example. That segment on SummerSlam was like the perfect example of like why I have not been a wrestling fan. Like, it's hard to be a wrestling fan. It's just so difficult trying to show it to people or like get new fans in or like get people who would probably very much enjoy wrestling, but they can't because it's this terrible shit that's happening all around it.
And it's the sheer amount of shit, because like we're getting now to where like there's a program that's good, like Reigns and Cena is good, right? And that'll fill 20-30 minutes of the show, but then there's another hour and a half on SmackDown to fill.
Oh my god,
and Raw is 3 hours, so and there's nothing good. There's not one good program. None.
I can't watch Raw. I sometimes will tune into SmackDown, but even SmackDown I'll tune out of because
Raw is on right now.
We're not fucking
as we're doing this show.
Fuck Raw. No, fucking. I watched some of the Go Home SmackDown. And I turned it on because I was waiting for Rampage to start. Me and my friend were gonna hanging out, just waiting to watch CM Punk debut. And I turned on SmackDown. So let's see what's going on. I want to see John Cena and Roman Reigns, right? That's what I wanted to see, right? And I turn it on, and it's a Seth Rollins Edge shit, and it's like, this isn't good. The fucking, did you see him in blackface? Seth Rollins did blackface
when he got the. Yes.
He did. Oh, it was fucking black paint. Like it was totally like just him covered in black. Like it was not red like the blood.
People are so sensitive today. Like who gives a fuck?
No, it was fucking based. Seth Rollins was like fucking walking around in blackface. He's the based racist dude. Totally. Yeah.
I've just seen it so many times. This fucking dump of shit from the ceiling. They did Ziggler. They did it in with D-Generation X, dropping shit on the Spirit Squad. At least when they dumped it on the Spirit Squad, it was like literal shit or whatever, and there was like pieces of porn in it and stuff. And it looked decent, at least in 2007 when I was fucking 12. But you know, like now it's just shitty black paint. It doesn't need it. The angle doesn't need that. But whatever. Who gives a fuck?
Let's fucking talk shit about SummerSlam. I want to get into this.
All right, let's get into SummerSlam. The show starts with RK Bro and AJ and Omos. I can't deal with this shit. I watched Raw this week, and the RK Bro thing is the stupidest fucking thing. It's so fucking gay. It's so lame. It's just this artificial attempt to do Team Hell No again. Yeah. But it's crap. Okay, crap. Riddle is a retard, okay? Riddle, the way they're booking him on Raw, where Orton RKO's him and like disrespects him and says he's an idiot, and then he's like, Randy bro, sir, I love you, Randy, can I carry your bags, man? You know, like, what? Fuck, Riddle's just like mongoloid retard.
It sucks. And the thing is, that's not what Riddle's character could or should be. Like I saw Riddle on the Indies, and I saw him in fucking even in NXT, Matt Riddle, and he was fucking great. He was fucking great in all these things. He had good natural charisma.
I first saw him. I really liked him, and now I fucking I despise him in every segment he's in.
The character is terrible. I mean, he's still a talented in-ring guy, and like I think he's got good natural charisma, but he's awful. What they write for him is terrible. It's anytime any guy's like mildly funny in WWE, they just ruin it because they don't know how to be funny, and they write these fucking jokes, and they just let people just naturally.
It's hilarious, pal. We're appealing to the young kids who like to smoke pot, pal. Because all the stoner kids are stupid. And he's on the scooter. Like, who wants to see a fucking guy ride a fucking scooter, a grown man ride a scooter? Like, it's the Nick Fuentes booking philosophy. Ride a scooter around, and then you'll be fucking cool. It was shit.
That was shit.
This match was, like, basic, just fucking shit. You know, Styles gets pinned with the RKO. I don't know, the tag division is useless. There's no real tag teams on Raw, I don't think at all. What are you gonna do? You know, it's the other tag team match, which I was gonna praise to a certain extent, even though it's like the 20th time they wrestled. At least has actual tag teams in it. Okay.
Yeah.
But this match, didn't do anything for me as the opener, and I guess it was supposed to pop the crowd that the babyface team won, but I just didn't give a fuck.
I didn't like it. I thought it was bad, and I don't care. I'm just gonna say this: most of this show, like I was tuned out and I was bored. I liked the crowd. The crowd was cool. That was fun.
Setup was cool. Like the entrance way was really long, wasn't it? But you know,
But there was no pyro. That sucked.
Well, apparently what happened was the building was totally fucked. The toilets didn't work. The urinals didn't work, so it was pissing and overflowing with shit.
The internet broke during the show because they couldn't sell concessions, they couldn't sell merch, and just like these fucking thank you Vegas, like it is like okay, in comparison, like you know the WWE fans can't even buy ice cream, but the AEW fans got free ice cream. You know, like this is just it's an embarrassment. It's
the Smart Stadium. It's the Death Star, the Allegiant Stadium or whatever. It's a big joke. Like.
But people say like the bingo halls, but they're fucking like literally walking in like through sewer shit in this stadium here, and it's like this is like amateur hour shit. It's not WWE's fault, but it's like you expect better. And
the show's not off. The show's not off to a great start, and then we just drop right into the shit.
The fucking
Like-
Alexa Bliss. So we're back to Bray Wyatt. Listen, on one hand, they fire Bray Wyatt, but then they give his gimmick. I'm like, wait, let's talk. Bray Wyatt wrote the Fiend gimmick. That was his idea. That was his fucking idea. He wrote, he came up with. He designed everything about it, right? And now they've given it to Alexa Bliss, and it's
Is this
worse.
is this like incel cultural appropriation, bro?
It is. This is it's
like
worse.
This is a cultural genocide. They took it away from the fedora wearing fat man and gave it to this like Lolita goth bitch that's like 98 pounds. How could they do this to you, bro?
They stole it. They gave it to my arch
tears.
nemesis. They gave it to my arch nemesis Bliss. My ultimate evil. The Bliss fag wins. He gets the Bray, but jokes on Alexa Bliss. Now she gets the terrible gimmick that everyone hates.
You see they're showing like on Raw the doll like winking and
And then
like
they go to sit up, and then it's just like this is the drizzling. It was bad. Parts of the Fiend stuff were bad, but Bray Wyatt was like menacing and like scary when he was in the costume. He was like standing. He did his best to make it work. With Alexa Bliss, it's just terrible. There's no redeeming qualities. It's just the worst.
So, like, how long are we gonna drag this out for? Because, like, Bray is not coming back, I don't think, for at least a year or two.
This is Alexa's
Are we
gimmick
just
now. This is
just
Alexa's
gonna
gimmick.
drag this out for the next 5 years of Alexa Bliss
This is
being
Alexa
like this?
Bliss's gimmick. Yeah, this is her.
I don't know. I'm sure they're selling a bunch of merch to fucking horny boys and fucking shit like this for Alexa's lolly gimmick or whatever, but I'm just not really that into it. I think it fucking sucks. And it's just embarrassing, and it's like you're watching it with anybody, it's shit, you know? It's embarrassing. This match was 3 minutes. Eva Marie, honestly, I actually think Eva Marie isn't that bad, but, you know.
She's not that good either.
Well, what are you gonna fucking do? At least she has a bit of a personality to her for the women.
I don't care. It's fucking women's wrestling. Who gives a shit? Fuck it. It's never gonna be
but
good.
buddy, the man came back. We'll get to that, but the man is...
This was the long. This is one though. Okay, of the women's matches on this show, this was the second longest.
It was only 3.5 minutes. We're fucking improving. We're like evolving with time and limiting women's matches here. Okay, so we had what the fuck. So that match was pretty shit. What was like? What? There was even anything that happened?
I don't remember. I was like not paying attention. I just didn't give a shit. I was like,
So
fuck. I
then
tuned
we
out.
got Sheamus and Damian Priest for the U.S. title. Match started off a bit slow. I'm really into Sheamus. I think Sheamus is really underrated.
He's been good this year, actually. He's been one of the highlights of Raw, and I think he's been pretty damn good. He's had good matches. The Fight Club thing is pretty good, or Fight Night. But the thing is, something I didn't realize, someone brought this fact up to me. I was talking. Damian Priest has not lost a singles match yet on the main roster.
They're really trying to protect Priest. You know, they put him in that angle with Bad Bunny. They saw that there were a lot of eyeballs on him from that.
Yeah.
They're trying to make something out of him, but I don't see it myself. I look at him, I don't see a star. I don't know what it is. It's just, I don't see it in his promos. He's never said anything that's really captured me. So I get it was the right call to have him beat Sheamus because this is a young star they want to push. But honestly, I don't know how old he is, but I wanted to see Sheamus win. I was a bit disappointed Sheamus didn't win, but this match was okay. They got the crowd into it by the end. Sheamus, when he hit that flying knee, the crowd popped for it. They bought that near fall. There were a couple near falls in the match, I think, that were decent. Priest wins, new U.S. champ. Hopefully he does something with it. He's one of those guys that's kind of like Elias, where like they give him a lot of TV time, I think, and they want to do something. Like, have you seen they're trying to reinvent Elias on Raw? They were having him burn the guitar. Like, fuck. I see both of these guys, both Elias and Priest, not really going anywhere.
I think Elias. Priest is a better wrestler, honestly, but Elias is a bit of a better promo. So I don't see much for either of them. Damian Priest is 38 years old, by the way.
What? Okay, well, just have Sheamus win. Like, how old is Sheamus? 40?
Like, not much older. I don't think much older at all. He's 43. He's 5 years older, and that's it.
Okay. I mean, well, it's still 5 years, but I mean, Damian Priest is never going to get as over. I don't think even as Sheamus is now. Okay, let alone, I mean, Sheamus was a big star for them, or they tried to force him as one in like 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
But Damian Priest, I don't know. He won the match. I wasn't super happy with it. It was okay. It was the first match that was somewhat okay on the show.
And then I thought the next match was okay. The Usos and Rey Mysterio, whatever.
I like this match. I actually, because I haven't seen these two teams wrestle yet, because I haven't been watching a lot. So this was a match I wanted to see. And it's between two actual tag teams, right? Like the Usos and the Mysterios. They're two wrestling families. Yeah. It's like Mexico versus Samoa. And honestly, I think that this feud and this program could have been better between these guys. They could have done some more stuff with it. Obviously, the Usos had to win because of the effect on the top of the card with Roman and all that. But I was cheering for the Mysterios. I thought they worked well. I think it's a treat to actually get to see Rey Mysterio wrestle, and that's one thing.
He still feels like a special wrestler, even though they beat him a lot. I think he's just like he's an attraction for any show he's on, because he's like the number one luchador. But this match, they've done this match a couple of times on TV and a couple of pay-per-views now. So this has been a feud. It's like, I'm not sure this is gonna be the blow off, but they've been doing this feud for a while. So it was enjoyable, but I'm kind of done with this setup for now, because they've done a lot of matches, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought the match was worked decently well.
It was good.
I liked seeing Rey. I was cheering for the Mysterios. Do you know what I mean? I got into it a little bit. This match I thought was pretty good. It honestly might have been like the match of the show almost, but
probably. Like, there's not.
You know, it wasn't anything special, but it was decent. You know. Then we had.
Oh, this is the Shinsuke intro with the guitar. Fuck that. Let's not even talk about it. They don't care. Why should I?
What's the point? Did Nakamura win the King of the Ring tournament this year?
He beat Corbin for the crown. Like, they had a match where Corbin put his crown on the line and he won.
Okay, that's not really how it's supposed to work, but no. Okay. Whatever. Why couldn't they do a tournament? Like, what the fuck?
Why couldn't they do a tournament? Why not?
Why can't, like, with the network now, it's like, boom, here's the tournament. Whoever wins it is like a Money in the Bank push for SummerSlam. Like, what the fuck?
Fuck the network. We've got 5 hours of television to fill every week. Why can't you do a tournament? You have 5 hours of TV. You just need to do what?
I don't know. I've never understood it. I've never understood it. Ever since I was a kid, it's been this way that they treat King of the Ring tournament like a used, dirty pair of fucking underwear. They throw it in the fucking corner, whatever the fuck. You know, it's just shit. It's just shit. I don't know what the fuck this King Nakamura shit is. I don't get it. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's just a waste of everybody's time. Let's move on. It was Bianca Belair and supposed to be Sasha Banks. I guess Sasha got COVID.
She's an anti-vaxxer, bro. She's the base negress now. So she didn't come up. They teased Carmella coming. And then
it's the man. It's the man! It's the most big. This was so underwhelming. This was supposed to be their big answer to CM Punk. It's Becky Lynch. It's this Irish cunt that's never actually been over. Is only over with 45-year-old fucking autistic man-children virgins that still live in their parents' decrepit, dying basements. Fuck this shit. Becky comes back, just squashes Bianca Belair, and what the fuck was the point of all of Bianca Belair's shit? What was the point of her big emotional win at WrestleMania and the ESPYs and Sasha and, oh wow, you're giving her this big run? They just make her look like a fucking goof. She's completely irrelevant compared to somebody that hasn't even wrestled in 2 years, that nobody is probably honestly going to mark out for going forward. I really don't think so.
Guess what?
I don't think
Guess what? She's a heel now. Becky is.
What?
That's the report. She's gonna be booked as a heel on SmackDown now.
Why?
Because they're stupid! Because they're stupid! Because it doesn't matter! It doesn't fucking matter! This sucks! The women's division has always sucked. It's never been good. And you know what?
The man
who gives
the
a
man.
fuck?
Like, whenever I see a woman that's like, just imagine a gimmick for a woman. You're the man. It's the man, Byron. The man, Cole. Like, every time I hear them say it on commentary, I just fucking cringe. It's
sucks.
like, this is
It
shit.
was stupid from the beginning. I don't care. I just can't care.
It's bigger than CM Punk, buddy. This is WWE's big answer, is to pull the fucking emergency lever and bring back this stupid twat. I don't really give a fuck. I don't think she's ever been very good. I'll be honest.
She's just a wrestler.
Like,
all these people are just like, wrestlers, and she's not. I don't fucking care. Like, I'm done caring with all these fucking people. They suck. Suck my dick. I don't care. It sucks. Fuck them. Fuck them.
Oh, this was their big fucking moment of the show.
One of their big moments. There was another one later that was the real big moment. PPP. The fucking. But no, this was stupid. I think bringing Becky back is a retarded idea. Unannounced. They could have announced that. There's no reason to advertise Sasha and do the promo package for Sasha when she's not there. You could have advertised that Sasha Banks is incapacitated, so mystery opponent, then everyone knows it would be Becky. It could have been exciting for it. They could have actually had her wrestle a match. I'm happy they didn't.
Well,
but for the fans in attendance,
I was of the opinion. I was like, okay, well, they're probably gonna have a decent match when she came out. I was like, you know what, like, because I honestly, the first Bianca Belair and Sasha match, I didn't think was terrible. I thought it was pretty good. So I'm like, okay, if those two are going to wrestle, I thought they were still wrestling because they were playing the promo package. I was like, I guess she got better from COVID. And then it's like, oh, that match isn't happening. Are they really going to do this Carmella thing? And as soon as she got out there, I kind of sensed like, okay, there's going to be a swerve here. And then there was, and I wasn't expecting the direction it went. But Becky comes out. I'm like, okay, this could be a really good match. And whoever wins, I don't really care. But then they just had Becky squash Bianca, which really seems counterproductive for the last 6 months of Bianca and her title run, I thought they were trying to invest in her. I think she's quite a bit younger than Becky. Like, Becky's got to be in her late 30s, no?
She's a mother. I think, like, both of them are young enough that you could do feuds with them for a couple years. Becky Lynch is 34. But I think, like, that's still pretty young, and Bianca's young, too. But it doesn't matter because you advertised a competitive wrestling match, and you gave them a squash. You do nothing. And that's fine, because I don't like watching women's wrestling. So for me, it doesn't matter. But for the people who do like it...
It doesn't matter.
Fuck them. You don't get what you...
Then we have Jinder versus Drew. Okay, first, I gotta just say, Veer and Shanky. Like, imagine, like, the name of your wrestling character. Shanky? Come on.
Shanky the Pirate. They had to do a pirate gimmick, PPP. Arr, Shanky! Walk the plank, mate! Shanky! Get me doubloons, Shanky! Cross the plank!
I didn't watch this match. I didn't give a fuck.
I watched it because I was watching live. It was not terrible. It was... okay.
I knew what was going to happen. Like, I could tell you in my mind, the match goes about 4 minutes, and Jinder eats Claymore, and that's the match.
That's what happened. Let's move on. Let's just fucking blaze through this shit. You know what? Fuck it. I don't care about most of this show. I just want to talk about the last 2 matches. So, fuck this.
All right.
Fuck Charlotte Flair.
There was another women's match. Charlotte won the title!
Fine. Fuck Nikki.
Charlotte won 12-time world champion! The greatest woman of all time, Charlotte Flair. And, look, I just gotta say, I agree with you. Fuck Nikki ASH. What a terrible gimmick.
Terrible
I just
gimmick.
Wanted to unleash on it for a long time.
Fuck Rhea Ripley. Fuck Charlotte Flair.
Dumpy. The outfit looks cheap. It looks like a fucking Halloween costume.
It makes her look bad, but she's actually probably in better physical shape than she's been in a long time. You can tell. You can see her physique under there. She's in good physical shape. She should be wearing something that doesn't make her look terrible. It's just a
It
terrible
highlights
costume.
her body. Like, I don't know, it's a terrible costume, and she's not going to get over doing it.
It
I don't know
lowlights
why
her. It
they.
makes her look uglier than she actually is because she's not an unattractive woman. There's no reason she has to look like. And I get she's gotta look like a superhero, but you can make it an attractive superhero costume. This just looks stupid. It makes it look like a child's like fucking not even an action figure. It looks like a parody of an action figure. Do you remember when they did the Wii U reveal? The Wii U reveal, and they had the zombie U trailer, and they had like the action figure guy in that.
Yeah.
It looks like that. That's what she looks like, brother. It's like fuck her, fuck this gimmick, fuck women's wrestling. Stop.
So, all right, we gotta get into Seth Rollins and Edge.
21 minutes. 21 minutes. I fucking did not care. I made some food during this. I tried to eat something. I threw it up.
I am honestly at this point like so sad for Seth Rollins. Like, what happened to this guy's career?
Shitting me. Fucking my internet dropped again.
Fuck.
Okay, we're back. We're back. It's back. We're back.
We're back. Okay. But I'm saying, like, how fucking sad for Seth Rollins' career. I mean, this guy at one time looked like he was going to be pushed as the top babyface of the company, the standard bearer.
Yeah, and then
now
Bray Wyatt fucked it, and the fucking Hell in a Cell match killed his entire career. It killed Bray Wyatt's career. It killed Seth Rollins' career. That was I think that's gonna go down as the worst match of the modern WWE era. It has to. In terms of match quality, maybe not, but in terms of like negative effect, that has to be one of the worst matches of all time. That Hell in a Cell main event.
First of all, I don't know why Edge came out to the Brood music. I'm not really sure what the fuck.
I don't get it.
And then I don't really understand why Edge needs to win this match. Is
I
there
got a phone call in a second.
Okay.
Hi, you're on the air. How can I help you?
Hey, howdy, Gahul. I just wanted to ask, I don't mean to interrupt, I don't mean to take up too much of your time, but I'm not a big wrestling guy, but my question for you is when, and I think somebody mentioned in the chat, mommy wrestling, when are we going to get, big tit mommy milky wrestling? And I know you guys are both industry insiders, so I was hoping you'd be able to help me out with that.
We're never
Is
getting
that
that.
all?
We're never getting. Was that supposed to be funny? Was that supposed to be funny? Listen, here's the deal, buddy. What I want you to do is I want you to take your ass, go down to comedy club, go to the comedy school, learn a couple jokes that are funny that you didn't read off the internet. Maybe meet some friends who you can actually interact with and have some good times with, and then call me back, okay?
Gahul, no. Thought we were friends. Thought we were BFFs. Okay.
I'll talk to you later.
Alright, that was a real epic meme. That was actually dismaying. That was dismal. That was trash.
I'm sorry.
Okay. But yeah, I don't know why Edge needed to win the match either. I think Rollins really needed to win. Probably would have helped him maybe a bit. Are there any Edge, is Edge really moving the needle and bringing in all these viewers that are going to out if Edge loses?
The thing, the argument I can see with Edge is that he did just lose in two, he did just lose two big matches back to back here. He lost at Money in the Bank. He lost at WrestleMania. He probably shouldn't be losing, but maybe he shouldn't have a match with Rollins then.
Maybe he just shouldn't be wrestling at all. Has anyone ever considered that maybe pushing this 53-year-old fucking guy with neck problems isn't a good idea? That he's probably gonna get paralyzed and fucked up again. I just don't want to see Edge in a fucking wheelchair or living out the rest of his life in agonizing pain. He probably already does live in a lot of pain day to day, and this isn't helping. And I don't need to see him wrestle these fucking guys. This isn't a dream match. I don't know, I was kind of interested in it, but then just the build to it is shit, and the match was over long, and it's just not great. I
just didn't care. I really didn't watch this one, I'll be honest. I just I didn't skip it, but I wasn't watching. I played Phoenix Wright. Have you played the new Ace Attorney game that came out? It's pretty good.
No, is it good?
Yeah, you should get it. It's really fucking good. There's 2 games you get, basically, with it. They're in full 3D. I highly recommend that everyone get the new Ace Attorney series game.
Wow.
It was much better than the fucking Edge versus Seth Rollins. I'll tell you that much. PPP.
I still have to finish the second in the Ace Attorney trilogy, so I still have to finish.
I'm sure this thing's
I
gonna
still
go on
have
sale
to
for
finish the fucking because I finished the first game and I got probably two cases into the second game, and then I was like I'm Ace Attorney'd out for a while, so then I started playing some other shit. But I don't know. I'll get back to the series, I'm sure, at some point.
Well, these are like the brand new ones. That's why I didn't know if people had played them. But no, if it goes on sale for like $20, I'm sure it will go on sale soon. Try it then. Moving on, the Morrison Miz segment we already talked about. Lashley versus Goldberg. This was probably
I was really excited for this match.
I thought it was gonna be fun.
I thought it was going to be really fun. I was expecting like high impact, 5 minutes, something like what Goldberg and Lesnar did at 33.
So I was expecting Goldberg Lesnar level. Me and my friend bet how long it would last. I thought it was going to last about 90 seconds. He thought it was maybe about 3 minutes. It should not have gone a second over 3 minutes. Honestly, they should have done like a big high explosive finisher only match, spam finisher. You know, that would have been smart. Instead, they did probably one of the worst Goldberg matches of all time. One of the worst matches I've seen in many years. It was an embarrassment, a disaster, total dog shit in basically every way. The main pivotal point in the match was Goldberg got hit by MVP's cane, and they botched it. They botched the hit.
He like delayed on it, hesitated like 2 seconds, and then he fucking fell, and it was stupid as shit. I just gotta say I was very disappointed because I wanted to see these two hosses, these two big guys collide, and I actually wanted to just see Goldberg win in under like 2 minutes and just piss everybody off again, and then get Lashley his win back at the next show, or just have Goldberg win, or just have Lashley win and then just be done with it. But no, instead, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have it some bullshit finish.
Gage,
to try and
we gotta get
Goldberg.
We gotta get Gage involved, brother. We gotta get Gage over.
Here's the thing: it's not like it's like a count out or a DQ, or it's not really definitive. Like this was Lashley destroyed Goldberg's knee to the point he couldn't stand up anymore, and Goldberg basically verbally submitted and told the ref he couldn't go, and it's a doctor's stoppage. It's in MMA. If it's a doctor's stoppage, it's a fucking clean loss. Okay, so it was shitty because it makes Goldberg look like shit. It doesn't protect him at all. It doesn't really do anything for Lashley because it's not like he pinned him or whatever. And then you have Gage come in, Lashley beats him up, and it's going to continue this feud. So how many matches are we going to get this Goldberg and Lashley? I don't know, but I was just really disappointed. It's not what I wanted to see from these guys. I was disappointed, and I felt at that point I had really been cheated out of my time because this match was probably the one I was most excited for. I really liked Lashley, and I really liked Goldberg, and it's just a shame.
It sucked.
It was just shit.
I was excited for the Roman Reigns John Cena match the most, honestly, but this was I thought this would be at least like fun. I didn't think it was gonna be like a great match, but I thought it'd be exciting and entertaining, and it wasn't.
Well, that's what I was hoping for. I was hoping like 3 minutes, quick, fun, big personalities. They hit their moves back and forth. We're out of there. That's the sort of thing I like to see, you know. And I thought that Reigns and Cena might be a bit overlong, but this match went too long for what it was. It went like 7 minutes bell to bell, and then like another few minutes after that of bullshit. Yeah. Okay, let's get into Reigns and Cena.
You know what? I'm just gonna say this. I didn't like this match. I didn't think it was bad, but I did not enjoy it. I didn't like how long John Cena sold for it. I didn't like that Cena lost. I think Cena could have won here. It would have been exciting. I get you want to protect Roman, but I'm pretty much bored with the Roman Reigns gimmick. I know it's like the best thing with I don't think it's the best thing in wrestling, or what people say, but I'm kind of done with it. I'm not excited. I'm not interested in where it's going. I'm definitely not excited for Roman Reigns versus Lesnar. I don't want to see it again. I've seen Roman at the top. I don't want to see Roman Reigns lose a feud, but I would like to see a Roman Cena feud, not just a one match. And this match, as it was, didn't excite me. I didn't enjoy my time watching it. It was pretty much, I've seen this match structure so many times because it's such a standard John Cena WWE main event style match that like I knew exactly what was going to happen, so it didn't excite me.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that athletically impressive or well worked. I'm not gonna say it was terrible. It was well done, and by the end, the crowd was really into it. So it obviously was a match that worked for the crowd. But I did not like this, and I'm over the Roman Reigns gimmick. I don't like it anymore.
I'm not over the Roman Reigns gimmick. I think Roman Reigns had this gimmick in wrestling. I think, he was working the marks with his interview with that interviewer with the CM Punk stuff. He's getting people all pissed off. He's really become his character, and he's really good at his character. And his character is that he just doesn't lose now. That's just it. He's like John Cena in 2006. He's not losing, and he's not losing for a long time. And he shouldn't lose. Again, this is just the thing. Like, they've made him this superhero type character that's never going to lose, and that's just the way it is. And I like it. I like what they're doing with the guy. And I like that they fucking put him over Cena. Because fuck Cena. Cena got the treatment in this match that he was doing to people for 10 fucking years. Where, he takes 3 of their finishers, lands one of his, pins them 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? Cena in this match lands the fucking top rope AA. Roman kicks out of it. Kicked out of 2 other AAs. Got out of the STF. Basically, it fucking buries Cena, and then the after effect of it with Lesnar really made Cena like an afterthought. Also, I don't think they were going to ever give Cena the win, because I think they have some sort of issue with giving Cena the 17th world title, or something like that. They were like emphasizing that he was a 16-time champion, the new merchandise and all that. I don't know. This match was basically like the ultimate WWE type match, where it's like these 2 marketing icons that are existing to sell merch that are really artificially pushed, that probably shouldn't be in the position that they're in, going head to head. And I just fuck Cena, and I'm glad he lost, and fuck it. That's all. I don't know. The match wasn't amazing. It was exactly what Roman Reigns and John Cena was always going to be. It was never going to be any better than this. I don't know what people were expecting. Like, this was how it always had to be. Cena winning maybe would have been a cool swerve, and it had big cash in. A lot of people thought that would happen, but that didn't happen.
No, it didn't happen. I know you're right in that Roman should be protected, and that's like the logical thing to do. But I don't enjoy it. I just don't really enjoy the character and the gimmick anymore. And I get that. It's not
stated to you. It's just to torture fucking marks and fucking internet wrestling fans, people like you that care about wrestling. Roman's whole persona is to torture people with shit he is. How he's not really an in-ring worker or anything like that. He just, it is. His persona is basically, I win, lol, and what the fuck are you gonna do about it? Because Vince pushes me and loves me, and
I'm not gonna watch. I'm just not gonna watch.
You can either choose not to watch, or you can be dominated by the big dog. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't really fucking matter.
It doesn't matter, but like the thing is, I'm not interested in watching another Roman Reigns Lesnar feud. I've watched it 4 times already. This doesn't excite me, and this doesn't make me more. This made me less interested in Roman Reigns, because I was excited to see this match. I do like Roman's character as a concept. I enjoy the tribal chief gimmick, but it's stagnated. It's been the same thing for months now. You need progression. You need character development. You need stuff to happen for me to care. And this was good last year at this time, this Roman Reigns thing, right? Or maybe like a couple months ago at this time it was good. But right now, a year deep, I'm over it.
I'll watch it for 2 more years. I'll watch him be champion for 3-4 years. I don't care.
I won't. I'm basically done.
We'll get into it when we get into TakeOver, but it's something similar to where with Walter, where I wanted him to be champion forever. And this is just the thing with Roman. Like, I wouldn't mind him being the champion forever. One time I was really against Roman, but he's won me over with this work recently. Hopefully, now this thing with Lesnar, it's how many times are we going to do it?
I don't know.
We can do it. We can do it again, and it's going to be good. Like, they work well together.
I don't agree with that. I've seen Roman versus Lesnar in person multiple times, and every time they've worked together, it's been underwhelming or bad.
WrestleMania 31 was a pretty good match.
That's because Rollins cashed in. Before that, it was kind of a shit match.
I disagree. I really liked that match.
I
thought I like these two working together, Lesnar and Reigns. I really like how physical it is. I like they're two big guys. They're two larger than life characters, and they're colliding, and it's just two badass dudes battling. And that to me is more compelling than most shit out there.
I like stuff like that, but I just don't like it when Lesnar and Reigns do it. I think look at the matches overall. You have to look at the total match quality. 31, I don't think they were having a great match personally. New Orleans, didn't like that match. That match sucked. The Saudi Arabia show after that match kind of sucked.
But a lot of these crowds too are like douchebag crowds. Like the crowd at 34, from what I remember, just totally shit all over the match and didn't even give it a chance.
That's right.
Okay.
Watch it. I was at 34.
Because those fans are entitled children that think that they deserve better than Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Like,
Roman Reigns
what do you want?
Back then. I didn't want Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. I'd take basically any other match.
They could have accepted Roman back then. We probably all should have accepted him back then.
He wasn't
and just
good. The character wasn't
interesting.
The wrestling wasn't good. It wasn't a good character. And now he has a good character. I'll agree to that. But it's a stagnant character. It's a static character. It hasn't fucking done anything in fucking months since fucking WrestleMania.
But when you're the top dog, when you're the head of the team, why do you have to change? If it's not broke, don't fix it. It's fucking perfect.
It's not about changing the character. It's about having stuff happen that interests you in the story, right?
The Cena stuff interested me, and now he's even better than Cena. So now what's going to happen is The Rock's going to come in. And he's going to beat The Rock, too. That's going to be awesome.
And then what'll happen after that?
Walter will beat him for the title, and everything will be fucking sunshine and rainbows, buddy.
Okay, well, if that happens,
it's fantasy fucking land. Look, they got to give the rub, they got to just give the rub to the right baby face at the end of this.
There is no right baby face. There is no right baby face to give the rub to. That doesn't exist.
It could be Big E. It could be Big E. Maybe Big E.
Oh, fuck that.
Fuck.
I don't want to see
He's fucking jacked. He's jacked, though. He's fucking yoked.
Listen, a top, unbeatable heel, to me, isn't an interesting storyline. Right?
I think it is. I think it's badass. Now, look, I want to see him beat Brock, and then beat The Rock, and who else can we get him to beat? Goldberg? Get Goldberg in there with Reigns.
I'd have him beat Goldberg. I'd watch Reigns versus Goldberg. I'd do that. That'd be fine. But everything else is I don't know. Listen, I'm not gonna say it's bad. I just say for me, I'm out. He's lost me. The character's lost me. The storyline's lost me, and I don't care.
You didn't like the back-to-back, the face-to-face promos with Cena?
I
saw a lot of progression.
I thought that was very good. The promos were, but I thought Cena was very good. I didn't think Roman was that great.
I thought he really improved. So if you compare the Roman Reigns that was doing promos before No Mercy with Cena in their first match,
he's definitely better than then.
He is leagues better, and he held his own against a guy that was trying to fucking bury him. John was trying to bury him again, and Roman held his own and wasn't buried, and in the end, he buried Cena. And, that's what should happen.
He should definitely have beaten Cena. I agree with that, in terms of, logical thing. But I don't care. I don't know.
The Lesnar match, I think that they should have done is they shouldn't have immediately made it antagonistic. Cornette had the idea of, have Brock maybe act as an enforcer for Roman, or have play up a bit Heyman's loyalties between the two. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Play into that Heyman stuff more. There could have been a story there. I just think they've kind of started that on the wrong track, and they've hot-shotted it too quick. But it's who is going to be a credible threat for Roman? Because he just beat Cena. So it's
basically Brock and The Rock. Those are the two people.
Yes, maybe, and he's going to go over them. I'm telling you this now.
He should go over both of them. It makes the most. The Rock will probably do one match, and that's it. Brock should definitely lose, but I don't want to watch. I'll watch the Rock match, but I don't want to watch the Brock match, and I don't care to watch the stuff in between. I don't want to watch SmackDown with Roman and Brock promos. I don't want to watch SmackDown with Roman feuding with whoever the fuck he's gonna feud with between Brock and the Rock. I don't care about that. It doesn't matter or excite me. So
I don't know. I think it's the only good thing in the product. I think it's
in
still
WWE, yeah, it's definitely the only good thing going. It's exciting. It's definitely like a real story, which is good. But I they were
he's a
teasing
real wrestler. I mean, he
the
looks
Uso,
good.
He
He
was teasing
carries
the
himself
Usos.
right.
The teasing the Usos breakup stuff was interesting, but again, it's like wrestling is storylines, And like, where does this storyline go? What's the end goal here? And any ending I see is disappointing or mediocre. And I just
Well,
don't want to
maybe just have Roman win every belt on the roster. Have him just beat every champion month after month after month, and hold all the belts.
And then nothing happens, and then it just
Well, who cares? Then just have him keep winning. Let's just keep pushing him. Who gives a shit? Who cares? The
Who's he
company
gonna
is
fight?
being sold for scrap. Who cares?
That's
just
true.
have him beat bums every month. Just humiliate them. Beat them in 2 minutes. I don't care. Fuck it. The company is being sold for scrap. They're firing everybody anyway. Who cares?
Right.
It's just Roman. It's Roman's day, and Vince is gonna fucking deep throat his penis because he just loves the taste of Samoan cum so much. So, I mean, fuck.
That's probably what's gonna happen. But it's just I don't even mind if Roman was gonna be unbeatable if you could have someone he could fight. But I'm not interested in the Roman matchups going forward.
Bring the Undertaker back for Survivor Series, and we'll
have Triple H versus Roman Reigns again. The unbeatable.
Unironically, let's do it. Let's do it. Fuck it. Who cares? I want to see it. I want to see it again.
Stone Cold Steve Austin versus the
Looking
Roman.
back on it in retrospect, the WrestleMania 32 main event is just so funny to me. Cause I was pissed at the time, but it's just like Triple H just like masturbating on telling them like, you're gonna take what I give you. Ooh, I run this fucking place, and I'm gonna have a match with Roman Reigns, whether you like it or not, cause I'm the King of Kings. I'm the game. Yeah. And Roman's the big dog. Fuck it. Who cares? Run it back again.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, amazing. What else? So we had Takeover.
Yeah.
LA Knight and Cameron Grimes, buddy.
I actually like the Cameron Grimes gimmick a lot. I think the Wall Street bets, Reddit money thing is kind of funny. It's actually a decent gimmick. I'm into it. He's a good babyface. It's kind of like he's a self-made millionaire, he's got he's a shoot. It's also a shoot. It's not a storyline. He literally did make a shit ton of money doing the GameStop stock stuff. So he's a fucking he probably could retire right now. He probably is one of the richest men in the company, unironically, off of that shit. Not as much as Vince, but like in terms of like some of the other executives there, he's made a shit ton of money. So it's a good story. It's a rags to riches guy. The fucking rich hillbilly is great. I'm not a big LA Knight guy. I know he was big in Impact or whatever. But
I am.
I
love Eli. I love the Eli Drake character when he was in Impact. I thought he was great. I thought he was a good promo. I think he has a good look. I think he's a good worker. I think he's a complete package. At least so far as like a mid-card level guy or a guy that can be mixed into main events and be credible. Absolutely. And I actually am higher on him than Cameron Grimes because I think Grimes is going to require a bit better booking than he's going to get on the main roster.
Oh yeah, for sure.
To get over, Grimes, like LA Knight will probably be okay no matter how they book him. You know what I mean? Like he'll be somewhere in that mid card mix. But Grimes, I don't know. They're going to have to take care of Grimes, which they probably won't do.
No, his gimmick is destined to fail on the main roster. But today in NXT, I enjoy it and I like it.
Yeah. But this is the problem with NXT, and honestly, I don't even know what they're going to do with it. I think they might just disband the whole fucking thing.
Well, they're not
or take it off TV.
They're taking control away from Triple H and Shawn Michaels, and they're turning it purely into a regular developmental brand again, where it's only big guys, only young guys. It's only people. It's designed to get people trained and TV ready, not as a storyline thing.
If they get me the next Roman Reigns, fuck, whatever, Look, the reality is, like, I'd sooner they get the sort of guys that they want to get instead of, us getting disappointed about Adam Cole or whatever on the main roster. I'd rather them just get the type of guy. But even when they get the type of guy that they normally like Cross, they fuck it up.
Or Keith Lee. How they fuck Keith Lee up? What the fuck?
I don't know.
That's a disaster.
Keith Lee, I guess they thought he was too old. I don't know. And he was too fat. It's just bullshit. The guy was fine.
Keith Lee was good. They fucked him up. They changed his music. They made him wear a fucking singlet. He looked ridiculous. You know, it was just retarded. Next, let's just blaze through this shit because I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay. Gonzalez defeated Dakota Kai. I didn't watch it. Didn't watch it.
Didn't watch it.
Walter versus Dragunov. This was the match. This is the match to watch. You know, this was the fucking. I think this is the best match of the whole weekend, and I watched all the AEW stuff.
This is the match of the year, isn't it? What match is better this year?
Oh fuck! I think wasn't there another Walter Dragunov match earlier this year?
That was last year, I think.
That was last year. Yes, you're right. Nothing has come close to this. This is incredible.
This match. Now the question is, which of these matches between Walter and Dragunov did you like better?
Well, which of the four? Because I've watched the WXW ones they did back in Germany too. My favorite one is the 16 karat where Ilya returned and beat Walter to win the tournament. That's my favorite of the ones they've ever done. So
Ilya has beat Walter in the past in Germany. Okay.
Yes, but we don't count that in canon of WWE. You know, that was at the end of a tournament. It was a totally different time. You know, that was in their storyline because WXW is Walter's company. Like Ilya was Walter's babyface. He was booking to face him in his company essentially. WXW is actually a good company, by the way. If you like indies, you should watch it. But that match I thought was amazing. It's incredible. But this match. Between this match and the original, the original NXT UK one, I think I like the other one was more physical. I think I like this one better. I think the storytelling in this one's a bit better. Obviously, Walter losing isn't what I want, but I mean, Ilya is such a fucking great babyface. Like he really was awesome in this match, and they work so well together. It's just like it's hard to say like. And I'm sure Walter will face him again. And I think maybe Walter is getting Walter away from NXT. Maybe they're going to put him in the main roster mix or something. Maybe that's the idea here. He can't hold the belt forever, unfortunately. Maybe I think him being associated with NXT UK kind of diminishes him because it forces him into that mix when he could be a much bigger thing than that, in my mind.
He could be, but will he be? That's the only thing. It was almost like its own little parallel universe of wrestling being good. It was it's suddenly it's like this pocket dimension that existed of Walter's NXT UK run where it was like, wow, like this is like so different than everything else. And this guy is important and is being treated right and has been champ for over 2 years. And this is how it should be or whatever. And that's over now, which is a shame, but he could go on to do bigger things. But that pocket dimension was really nice. Looking at the two matches, the biggest difference, of course, is that this match was like only half the length of the match they had before. The other match I think they had was like 40 minutes. This was like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, the first match, I was cheering for Walter the whole time, and it got Walter more over with me than Dragunov, which was what it was supposed to do.
Yeah.
But this match from Jump Street was a bit different because the way it was worked, I started to really like Dragunov and pulling for him to win. And I was like getting behind his comeback and him like beating the fuck out of Walter. And Dragunov's chest just covered in welts.
Oh my god, his fucking face, the stitches like kind of like started bleeding open. He got little blood blisters. And the back of his neck too. Like it was fucking disgusting, but it was so good. And like
it's so fucking
both
good.
These guys are such pale motherfuckers, and you could see everything in there. It was great. Like they weren't like spray tanned up or whatever. It was awesome.
Again, they were talking back and forth, and Dragunov, and the finish was phenomenal.
Oh my god! I've never seen a sleeper look that good.
Not this time. And I think that was the way the first match ended, wasn't it? Didn't Walter choke out Dragunov?
Yes.
And he passed out. And he's like, not this time, and he's beating the fuck out of him, and he's got that
kicks
sleeper
to the fucking
in.
head, and he had the sleep on the ground, and he stood up. It's like he fucking hung him. It's like he hung him with that shit. It was amazing. It's like so violent.
I was so into it, and it was so shocking when Walter tapped, and I marked out for it, but then it sinks in. It's like, holy fuck, Walter tapped out. Like, what does that mean? And look, the match is a 5-star match. And so is their first match. But should Walter be tapping out? Now look, in a real fight, like in MMA, tapping out is not a bad thing. You tap out, because you're going to go to sleep or you're going to have your arm broken. You're going to be fucked up, right? So I don't really mind him tapping, but in the WWE fucking world, so tap out is like for bitches.
Yeah,
And they've conditioned the audience.
Ultimate lose. But I think the way this match was worked, I don't think people will see it like that. I think because of how physical and, like, insane this match was and how, like, brutal everything looked and how brutal that fucking sleeper at the end was. It's a seriously, like, brutal-looking sleeper. It's like, how do you not tap out to that? And, like, Walter was this unbeatable monster, and then eventually someone did stop him. And I think it was that he, like, had to submit. And maybe
it should have been he passed out. But it's not as shocking as the visual of seeing him tap.
Yeah.
So it's hard. Like, if he passed out in the hold, it would have protected him, I guess, more than him tapping.
Been less exciting, I think. And I think
yes, because it was so sudden and it was like, whoa, and you were like, this is fucking amazing and a great match. And I'm glad. It's tough for me because I really like Walter and I think he has higher ceiling than Dragunov. But this was a great moment for Dragunov, and it was like really tied in well with their first match, and it was like poetry, brother. It rhymed and shit.
Well,
and
I mean, it ties into their last all of their matches kind of tie into each other. Even the WXW matches, if you watch them, there's a couple of through lines through all of them. And even like in this match when it was starting off, like how long it took to get to the chop fests and stuff, there's a series build up for that, and it's just. Dragunov is Walter's best opponent, right? Like, even though Walter has a high ceiling, Dragunov's Walter's best match is against Dragunov. That's his best matchup, So, more so than, like, even, like, the Cole O'Reilly match later, it's like, this is if this is Walter leaving NXT, it's him leaving NXT on a high note, on his best possible match.
I'm hoping this is him leaving WWE completely. I don't know if that's the case. I really hope it is. I think he would have better luck in AEW. To be honest,
he would have a lot better matches in AEW. He'd be a lot, but I don't know where he's gonna go. I think he doesn't want to leave Germany. Is the idea? And
I don't know how he can go to the main roster if he's not going to leave Germany.
Yeah, and I don't know what he's gonna do on the main roster. I don't know. It's tough because I think he would be good. I think he has potential on the main roster in any other decade. If this was the 2000s, he'd be awesome. If this was the 90s, if this was even like the 2010s, even if this was like the early 2010s, there's a chance he'd be good there. But the 2020 WWE, I don't know if he can succeed. I don't know if anyone can succeed there. It's tough.
I don't think anyone is meant to really succeed, right? It's basically there's the Chosen, which is Roman or John Cena, and then there's no one. Everybody else is just expendable fucking fodder and trash. And what really matters is getting the brand over, cleaning up the books to sell to NBC. And that's what's going on. Like, it's pretty obvious that they're trying to sell this to NBC or sell it to Disney, and Vince isn't going to be running it in a few years' time.
When that happens, who knows what things will look like, I mean, fuck.
I would like to see Walter go and fight Roman Reigns and beat Reigns and have a long, dominant run for over a year as the champion, but that's not going to happen.
No.
Reigns, or if they don't want to have him go over Reigns, which I understand, have him go over Lashley. What's going to be the harm in having Walter go over Lashley? Like, really? Like, Lashley is in his fucking mid-40s. Like, who gives a fuck? And he's still going to be over.
Champion on top. I think Walter would save Raw. I mean, it would give me something to watch on Raw. Frankly, which there's nothing to do right now.
But he can have a good match with anybody, And he doesn't have to work every Raw. But even if he works every other Raw as the champion and just beats the fuck out of somebody, like, that would be great. He could work tag matches. I don't know. There's a lot of things they could do with him and Imperium, but they're not going to do shit. So I hope he goes somewhere else.
He could go back to Germany. He could go back to WXW and run his company there and do matches, and I'll watch it there. He can go to AEW. He can go to New Japan. He can go to New Mexico. No matter where he goes, he'll be Walter, and he'll have Walter matches. And that's what I want. I just want Walter matches. But
Yeah, that's what I want. I want to see, and it's a shame this NXT UK run ended because it was its own little thing,
It was
and now
nice. It was a nice little
it's
treat every couple of months to get a nice Walter match. If you like this, I'd recommend go back and watch his WXW run. He had a great run there. The W Dragunov matches from that are great. Maybe it's a nice little backlog thing to watch. It's nice. Was a
it
good
might be
time.
on YouTube. Is it on YouTube or whatever?
I think it's on Daily Motion or some shit. Even if it's not on YouTube, you can find
I'll
it.
try and track it down. But
It's a
yeah,
nice if you're bored one day, just put it on. Put it on while you're working out, when you're doing your treadmill or whatever. Put it on in the background.
yeah, if I was AEW, like I would, if I was Tony Khan, I would have like sent scouts to Walter and said, Walter, like, what do you want? You want $10 million? You want $20 million? What do you want? Well, how much is it going to take to get you to leave Germany and to leave WWE as soon as your contract is up?
After
That's
watching
what
the show,
do.
I also would have done that to Samoa Joe, but he didn't do it to Samoa Joe, and that was a big mistake, I think.
He should have done it for Samoa Joe. He should have said, Joe, here's a 3-year deal that's worth $5 million. And he probably would take a loss on that. But at the end of the day, because of the addition to the roster that it would be, I think it would really help.
Okay, we could have got Adam Punk versus Joe again. Fucking Punk.
We could have got Joe versus Miro. We could have done, there's a lot of things you could do with Joe. Joe versus Omega, Joe versus Bryan Danielson.
I don't know why. I have no fucking idea why WWE fired Samoa Joe. There was no good reason for them to do it. I know that he put him in NXT again. And I'm if he might make NXT worth watching because he's been the most interesting thing on NXT since he fucking came down there.
But Samoa Joe right now should be feuding with Roman Reigns is what should actually be happening over who's the Samoan king. Like, what the fuck?
So good. I would watch that. I would care about that more than a Brock Lesnar match. Frankly, I would.
Yes. I think a lot of people would. I mean, there's things they can do. There's like, we think like there's no opponents for Reigns. No, there is. The roster is so huge they can fucking find somebody. They could build somebody up, but they just don't give a fuck to do so. But Joe could cut great promos, him and Heyman going back and forth, talking about Samoa and lineages, and it would be fantastic.
It would have been fantastic. I'm shocked we never got it. I wish we did.
I don't know.
I think Joe.
I'm
I think
sad.
Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns have like a feud or something, like a family issue. Like they don't consider Joe a real Samoan or something because of the island shit.
Yes. And they could have done Joe. They could have done Joe and Lashley also. They would have been fine,
but they didn't. So who knows? Anyways, let's move on.
The last thing on this fucking show really is, what is it? Cross?
No, we forgot the Kyle O'Reilly Adam Cole match.
Oh well, that match didn't even happen, did it? I didn't watch it.
I did. It wasn't terrible, but it was just kind of there. Adam Cole's leaving, by the way. I'm not sure if he's going to. I'm not sure if he's going to main roster or AEW, but he's gone.
I hope he doesn't go to AEW. I think AEW has too many guys like Adam Cole, or can get too many guys like Adam Cole. I don't think Adam Cole's that special, quite frankly. And I'm kind of tired of him, and I'm tired of every match. And it's the same thing. Like, the biggest problem AEW and NXT have is every match has to be Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker at WrestleMania 25 with all the finishers and all the kickouts. And I'm just tired of that type of match for every match.
I think AEW's been better in the last couple of months, but they're not doing as much finisher spam. I've noticed. I think especially, I think they do a lot of crazy moves. But they don't do a lot of finisher spam as much as NXT does. NXT is way worse with that, in my personal opinion.
And NXT is very bad for the finisher spam. It's just, and it's Adam Cole is part of that, right? And Gargano and those guys, and they fucked NXT up, in my opinion, and fucking destroyed it.
Well,
but
moving on.
Final match: Cross and Joe. Cross, his career is over.
He jobbed the Jeff Hardy. 3 minutes at the main roster, brother. He jobbed. Listen, where's Scarlett? Where's his wife? He lost his hot wife. He lost his cool entrance. He lost to Jeff Hardy.
What was the point of this? I just don't know. Was it he didn't shake Vince's hand hard enough? Did he sneeze?
Hot take here. I thought the Karrion Kross NXT run was pretty bad. I never got him. His character was never over for me. His gimmick didn't work. His work inside the ring hasn't been that impressive for me. So
I didn't watch any. I didn't watch hardly any of it.
I watched it.
I'll be honest,
and I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed by Karrion Kross, at least on this NXT run.
I don't know. All they really had to do with this guy is not call him Karrion Kross. They could have called him Killer Kross. They could have called him anything but what they fucking called him. Karrion Kross is a shitty name, for one. For two, like, fuck. I just think he shouldn't have ever even been in NXT. I think he should have been hot-shotted right to the main roster and to main event feuds, and they could have got a 3 to 5 year run out of this guy as a main eventer. Instead, they're going to get nothing out of him. He's not the best worker in the world. Nobody's saying he's the best worker, but he has an intensity to him. He's got a good look, and he has a hot wife. And really, that's all you really should need to be able to get over. And he has a good enough personality that he could have got over. But no. So, I don't know. It's a shame.
I'm not too upset because I never really liked him. I haven't liked this. I didn't watch him in Impact, so I didn't get to see him.
I did. His Impact run was really good, I thought. And I really liked what Impact was at that time. And everybody that fucking was in Impact at that time, Cage, Johnny Mundo, or Johnny Impact, or he was Johnny Impact at that time, Killer Kross, and Moose, they're all doing fuck all. I think Moose is still there. I don't know what Moose is doing, because I haven't watched Impact since everybody left.
Moose had a pretty good match with Ishii on a New Japan show recently, so he's doing all right. I
don't know, man.
It was in the US.
Moose could fucking be a huge star, okay? Moose is fucking amazing. I love Moose. And Moose is stuck in Impact for loyalty's sake, or whatever, I don't know. But I would have liked to see him in AEW or TNA or WWE.
I think he'll show up in AEW at some point. I mean, they have the working relationship with Impact. I'm surprised he hasn't shown up and done matches there yet. You know, he should feud with he should feud with Miro. I'd see that.
Moose versus Miro, Moose versus Cage is a good match. Moose versus Archer is a good match.
Actually, what? There's actually no good reason Moose hasn't worked an AEW show yet. Maybe they're gonna build him up and do something with him. Maybe
because he's like the face of Impact. He's like what they're building around, and they obviously want to protect him. I'm sure.
Yeah, but they
from being exposed.
They have an Impact title match on Rampage. It's the first match. I mean, I know it's two AEW guys, but like they're doing Impact's a part of AEW now.
I think Moose is more valuable than the actual Impact title is.
I think so.
To be honest,
it is.
When he was Impact TNA title champion,
when he was TNA champion, he felt like the real champion. When he had the TNA belt, it was a better looking belt. He looked good holding it.
Yes.
They should just
the TNA belt is actually a really nice belt, and they should just keep it. The fucking shitty red Impact belt that they have, I don't know what they're doing.
Well, the Impact Championship is both. It's like the TNA and the Impact. It's both of them at the same time. But they should just have the TNA belt. Just be TNA. Why are you ashamed of being called TNA Wrestling? It was a good name. Don't tell me.
It was never a good name.
It was an awesome name. Listen, when you got the fans in the Impact Zone chanting TNA, 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 that's based. That's what you want. That's wrestling.
I just, at this point, I think it's time for Anthem or whoever owns this now to throw in the towel and just say, look, we're done. We're done. This is, fold the company, let it die, let us have the memories of TNA as it was. It's just, I'm done. Like, it's done. It's been dead for years now. It's like, been buried 6 feet under in a grave for at least 5 years. Okay? And it's done. It's done. It's done.
People are asking for Bailey talk. SMG is asking for Bailey talk. No. Fuck Bailey.
Did you hear Cornette's hot idea of how to use Bailey?
I don't know. What is it?
He wants to make Bailey Charlotte Flair's manager and mouthpiece and have Bailey do all the talking for Charlotte. Because Bailey's such a great mic worker, apparently.
Listen, I know you like Cornette, but that is the absolute, Cornette's a retard. If he thinks that's a good idea, if he thinks that's a good idea, he's the biggest fucking retard of all time.
I think it's a great idea. Bailey's in a wheelchair Bailey's rolling out in the wheelchair.
No!
behind Charlotte.
The thing
Ding
Bailey
dong.
is the worst
Hello.
at is her promos. That's the worst part of Bailey's her shitty promos.
You know what the take Cornette gave? He's like, you know that Bailey, she's got to be the best female talker I've heard. And if the WWE isn't seriously trying to transition her into a role where she's going to be speaking in her 40s and 50s for young girls and being a manager, they're making a big mistake.
Why is your Cornette voice the same as the Ralph voice? It's the same, like the. It's fucking.
It's a southern accent. Like I could try, and put in more effort into doing different southern accents, but I'm not going to.
I just imagine like Ralph saying that instead of Cornette instead. Fucking Pantsu, we gotta get Bailey up on the fucking.
I gotta get Bailey up in here, Pantsu. I'm Vegas. I'm a king. God.
Yeah. I'm not gonna be able to go to the Vegas Ralph show to kick his ass, or Dick Masterson's ass, because I have to go to All Out. It's the same weekend. He booked it on the wrong week. Otherwise, I would go there and I would beat the shit out of him in person. Do you know that I got Vito banned from Twitter?
I heard that. Everybody was real pleased. Surfer was celebrating. He was partying. He got drunk as soon as he heard Vito was banned. Everybody partied. Fuck Vito. Vito the pedo. Pedo Vito. And the Diddler Dax.
Listen, PvP, you have to understand. I'm going to go and I'm going to find Ethan Ralph and I'm going to destroy him. I know you want to fight him, but I'm going to get to him first. You're not going to have it. There's going to be you're going to have my sloppy seconds when I'm done with him, okay, buddy?
Oh, fuck. Buddy. I don't know, man. Ralph's like in a fucking... I'm going to do a show here once we wrap up about Ralph. And Ralph's in some serious shit now. It's on like Donkey Kong, motherfuckers.
Oh, good.
Ralph's filing a lawsuit against the Kiwi Farms. His users' data has been fucking juked. Their credit card numbers and all this shit. It's all been leaked. And he's going to go get married in Vegas. He's been cheating on his fiancée in Vegas with this other e-girl. His pimp game is not strong. Pimp game weak as fuck. Trying to have a stable of e-girls, it's always going to fail. You're going to get caught, bro. You're stupid as shit. You're a retard. Don't do it. But he's doing it. And his life is a disaster. You heard he got Pantsu pregnant? He's got a second child now.
Yeah, I heard that. Obviously, I heard
that.
I hope there's no messy complications with the birth. I hope it's such a clean, happy, healthy birth with no implications. And there's definitely nothing anyone can do to stop this birth from happening. No brave soul in the state of West Virginia can prevent this birth from happening through nefarious means. All I'm saying is you should not do that. You should definitely not go out.
Has anyone alerted the churches in Virginia that the Antichrist is going to be born in like 8 months' time? Has anybody alerted the Catholic diocese they could perform an exorcism on Pantsu's womb?
That's true.
With a coat hanger and a vacuum cleaner? I don't know. It might be the only way.
A guy could. I just don't. I was not following the Ralph drama at all because I just don't like or care about him. He's boring to me. But I hope he falls ill and I don't have to ever see him again. The day the kill stream ends and I can stream movies in the Gunt slot, I will be a happy man. Okay?
No, buddy. What would Weasel do? What would he do?
He would stream movies with me. We would play D&D together. We would have a good time. We can move on with our lives. We can all move on. We can all stay.
Look, it's still 2018, cool. This shit matters, man. Let me tell you, man, blood sports, man. It's still real to me, damn it. It was a big deal, man.
Listen, I play Dungeons and Dragons now. I've moved on. I hang out. We're all having a good time without Ralph. Let's all move on from him. Life can be better without this bullshit. Without this dumb, gay e-celeb bullshit. I don't want to stream for 5 hours about Ralph's dick. I don't want to see it anymore. I want to move on.
Oh, how am I going to get Kiwi Farms faggots to hang off my nuts if I don't dunk on Ethan Ralph? I need the validation of the fox stickers hanging from my nuts.
I have an idea. We start new drama. Let's start new drama with new people. You can start a feud with me. I'm gonna start a feud with you right now. I'm gonna dig up dirt on you. Me and you are gonna feud over Fox Sticks. PvP versus Gahul. It's finally gonna happen. We tease it when Godwinson tried to drive the wedge with his bullshit videos.
He's driving the wedge there.
But I'm coming for you, PvP. I'm gonna look up all your dirty misdeeds, and I'm gonna expose you.
I heisted those lemons, buddy. We were doing the lemon pledge. I heard it was a big deal.
The money, the scams, it's all coming out, PPP. I've got the top men on the case. We're gonna blow this open.
Yeah, I bet. Holy shit, folks. It's just disaster. There's fuck all really that's good happening, you know. But at least wrestling is like looking up this week. I'm sure by like next week when they have CM Punk feuding with Colt Cabana, you know, in Dark Order, I'm sure, you know, they'll all be pretty depressed. Maybe they'll, you know, but I think one thing they will do is have Daniel Bryan and Omega right after All Out. I wouldn't be surprised to see Bryan debut at the end of All Out, and then they just hotshot him versus Omega. And, you know, it's traditional Bryan booking, you know, having him go against a big heel stable as the underdog, you know. It'd be good.
I actually want to see Bryan versus Omega. I think they should hold off on Punk versus Omega and do Bryan for the title first. I think that'd be a better idea. It'd be a better feud. I don't know what the big long-term plan is, but there's lots of options. And I'm excited. I get excited for AEW every week. It's what I look forward to every week, and I enjoy watching it. I'm a fan. I'm going to the show.
It's a short show.
I think
Rampage
is. I don't know if I'm going to watch Rampage every week. I might. 1
hour.
It's the only problem with Rampage is it's on a Friday night. If it was on any other night of the week, I would do it. But I like going out and doing stuff on Friday nights. I like going out with my friends and having a good time.
Pressing X to doubt this. Friday night, Gahul's out at the club.
Well, not at the club. I've got a cabin. I like to go out and have a bonfire, go out for the boat ride, go fishing. You know, when the winter comes, maybe I'll watch it more then. But, you know, I have like a normal, like a life with my family. You know, I like to do stuff. You know, like, you laugh, but it's true. We're buying a jet ski, bitch. I'm getting a jet ski, and I'm gonna ride my jet ski all weekend. So
yeah, man. Well, then fucking stop the fucking depression posting on Twitter, man.
I was sick. Man? I'm sorry. I really am sorry. Like I was delusional.
I have a real life. I go outside. I have a jet ski. You know, there's these fucking lonely incels living in a dank fucking bathroom or something in a 6-bedroom house. 5 fucking roommates having to eat ramen and fucking, you know, you're just like...
I live in a 4-bedroom house with 3
dogging them. You're just big-dogging them with your incredible life and then crying about your depression, bro.
It's true, I am. But that's because I was, like, fever sick. I was, like, delusional. I do apologize, but, like, I was seriously very sick. So, I apologize.
Surfer liked your fever dream or whatever video it was.
Oh, good. I'm glad he liked it.
I was listening to it, and I was like, this line, you're just like, I used to do the wrestling show, man. My life used to have meaning, man.
It's true.
Well, we got the wrestling show back.
It's back. It's back. We're back, motherfuckers.
And Godwinson incoming return in 3, 2, 1.
To shit on me.
He's back.
He's gonna just.
This is the only way to bring him back is to fucking talk shit about him, I guess, on the Gahul show and make bizarre allusions to him, which he'll take really seriously and get upset. And then he'll come back and shoot on me about how I betray him or something. I don't know.
Okay, I'll just talk shit on Godwinson for real. Let's get the promo. Let's just cut the promo here. Godwinson, if you're listening to this, which I know you are, Godwinson, Adam, you filthy English fuck, you British pansy ninzy shit. You and I both know that I could mog you in an intellectual debate. I could run circles around you with my sheer charisma alone. Your videos on me were the worst videos you've ever made in your entire history. And you will never, ever come back. You want to know why? Because you're scared, because you don't got it anymore. You've lost it. You've lost your edge. You've lost your touch. And if you want to come back, you better bring the A game, because I'm bringing the A+ game. And I'll take you down, Godwinson. And I'll do it while editing from my computer, which I can do.
We love the Baron. We love his aristocratic bloodline, his superiority comp. We love it. We love it. Look, it is what it is. I hope he comes back. I really do. But if he doesn't, it's like, what the fuck, man? Only you do you, man. You gotta do what you gotta do. Look, man, I'm gonna do a fucking wrestling show. If it hurts your feelings, man, that's on you, okay?
If he was actually
That's
upset
on
at this,
you.
he'd be a big bitch. Let's just admit it. Like, who
Well,
gives a fuck?
I don't know.
I don't know why. Listen, me not doing the show with you for so long was me being a big bitch. Honestly, like I was pretty pissed at both you and him for fucking snaking on me. Be honest, I was
The
pissed.
shit doesn't matter. Like, the
It
shit's
doesn't.
just retarded. Like,
It is. Who fucking
be honest.
cares?
Oh
We're
my
adults.
god, it's the internet. Oh fuck, I'm getting A-logged by fucking Cowboy. Like, it doesn't matter anymore. Like, it just doesn't. The shit's fucking. It's retarded. It's nowhere near what it used to be. You know, like, if you used to get fucking trolled or whatever, or get blowback, it used to be some real hardcore shit. Nowadays, like, nothing even happens. Nothing happens.
No one cares.
So,
Well, stuff does happen. It's just we're so used to it, so jaded. Like, listen,
Yeah.
Godwinson, how about this? You fly out and we'll fight. We'll settle this like men. You and me, we'll do the wrestling match. Godwinson versus Gahul. We'll do it at my cabin.
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see that. He just comes out in the Union Jack tights.
Yeah.
You know?
Listen, I have a sumo.
Godwinson's gimmick, he's got like these big manservants. You know what I mean? He's got these big Jack,
he's
big
gay.
Jack manservants.
He's a fucking. He's a homosexual. No, so I've got a couple great ideas. I haven't done any wrestling matches lately, but I've got some good ideas. Okay, let me pitch these to you. I've got a floating wrestling ring at my cabin, so it's a match on the water we could do in the middle of the lake. So you could do that. I've rigged up a steel cage to the back of like a trailer, so we can do King of the Road, where like we're doing my truck is pulling the steel cage behind us as we're wrestling. So we could do that. And obviously we'll break out the light tubes. I'm doing the light tube match, so
You're gonna get blinded by a piece of glass from the light too.
Who
It's all
cares?
fun and games until. By the way, the one match we missed out was the AEW fucking pizza cutter match.
that was
Remember
awesome.
this one?
That was so good.
I liked it. I liked it. I don't give a fuck. I like those type of matches.
Me too.
Um,
It was
I guess
awesome.
Domino's Pizza got bumheard about it. Or something.
I mean, they did the pizza cutter, and then it cut to a commercial of a pizza being cut. It was like, that's the Kino moment. That's Kino.
Oh shit.
No, the thing is with death matches, I love Nick Gage. I love the GCW stuff. I do like that shit. He's good. So I don't care if people say he's garbage, but fuck it. It's great.
All right. What else? We got anything else? We'll probably wrap it by the top of this hour. Then I think we pretty much covered everything.
Yeah, I don't know what else there is to talk about. I guess, I gotta go film my weigh and see how much I've put on since I'm not sick anymore.
Well, I thought you lost 10 pounds.
I did. I lost 10 pounds, but I weighed myself yesterday, and I did eat food today, so I may have put on some from that. But I didn't eat like I ate like lunch. I didn't eat breakfast, or I haven't eaten dinner either. So I should.
Well, when are you gonna get on the snake juice, buddy? I'll show you the way. You're gonna get on the
fasting-
snake juice.
Listen, I've done the dry
No.
fast before.
Don't do the dry fast. Do the fucking snake juice fast. The dry fast is kind of bullshit, but
The dry fast is what Yakuza does. It's I dry fast then leave forever. And I've done that before, and I've come out very fine. So I'm not doing that though, because I like to live my life happy. And I also have to work.
you'll be happy. You'll be fucking happy. You'll have more energy and shit, bro. I have had way more energy. I felt way happier. I'll be honest. Like, I feel healthier. I've been walking 5 kilometers a day, every day. You got to get outside. Going outside every day has made me infinitely more healthy. I really recommend it. Even if you're just walking at like a slow pace, at like a glacial PPP big dog pace,
Yeah.
which is very slow, if you go outside and walk, you will feel better. You'll get the sun, you'll get the vitamin D, which you're probably really deficient in, because the only, light you see is the pale glow of your laptop as you masturbate to Bailey. Stone Mexican guy.
Wow. I thought that was at me. I was like, fuck you. But
No, we're going after Stone Mexican guy today.
I have to go out every day because I have to go to my job. But I go outside every day. I mean, I have my cabin, so I go out there and I work on there. I do mow the lawn and take care of the shit there. So got work to do.
I don't know. We'll see, man. I don't know. You gotta fucking step it up in this weight loss contest and just mog fucking Josh and Ralph. Although you're not really that heavy, you know.
No.
You're not like.
I weighed 215. I think when I weighed in yesterday I was at 215. It's like, what? I don't know what I can cut before I start like becoming like unhealthy, like low weight. Like honestly,
Oh well. I mean,
I've been
you can
below
lose.
200. I think my like ideal like healthy weight's like 195 or 190.
185. I estimated.
I've been at 185 before, and I felt like I was gonna die. I was not healthy for me. I think it's like it's in the high 190s for me. Honestly, like I can't cut.
What I think you should cut to like 180, and then just put on 20-30 pounds of muscle
That might
and
be a
be
good
the
idea.
be the Chad Hool, buddy.
I mean,
He's like,
you get the
what if
bicep.
you? What are you gonna do? Like when you get jacked and you just have fucking like legions of pussy, all sorts of bitches. You have your own harem, like Ethan Ralph, my dude. Like,
Well, I don't need to get
come
jacked.
on.
Okay, so here's the deal, PPP. Here's the deal. The reality is, with the ogre face, even if I was jacked, the ladies wouldn't come to me.
Don't believe it, bro. Don't believe the height face frame coat, bro. Don't believe
the
it.
hairline, it's not happening for me. I've given up on the women. But here's the deal, PPP. Here's a fact. Here's a fact of life. I can squat 600 pounds. All right, I can bench over 300. I'm a strong motherfucker. So don't tell me I can't do shit, because I can do shit, okay?
You gotta get the power lifter arc, bro, and then you're gonna have women. You're gonna literally be lifting women, like overhead pressing 2 women, like one on each hand, and then you'll have like one on your bicep and one here. There'll be like 4 different women on your body.
Listen, PPP, you gotta look at the physique, the tone. I already have the powerlifter arms. I'm just there. I've just been off my juice for a while. I gotta get on the steroids, brother, and then I'll be.
Is that the fap hand, buddy, and the fucking jack forearm?
No, I do both hands, brother. I do both. I got the both, brother.
Oh, you fucking double handed.
Yeah, I need to. Otherwise, there's so much girth I gotta
It's
handle.
just there's so much girth there. There's Santa Claus cock there.
Yeah, when you got the 8.5 inch schlong like I do, you gotta have both hands to grip it.
See, man, all you gotta do is post those dick pics, man, and you're gonna get all
No!
those bitches, bro.
Stop it!
Just
That's
have some
that's
faith.
Godwinson's
Come on.
gay agenda working
What?
through you to get me to post
Just
my.
gauge it. Just post your dick pics, boy.
Gahul,
Post
you need to
your
post your
dick-
dick pics for me so I can jerk off to it. Gahul,
It
you
would
have
be
to do
very
it.
funny. It would be very funny, my friend. For you to post pictures of your cock. It would own the A-logs forever.
The A-logs will be owned forever. Forever, PPP. We would have them completely destroyed. If you just posted more cock pics, Ralph would be forced to submit to you.
Power move. It's a power move.
Fuck, I'm losing it.
Power.
And here's Perspicity agreeing. Perspicity, you're also gay. I'm calling you out. Anyone asking for my dick pics is gay.
No, it's for the women, buddy. It's for the
What
women.
women? Is there a
There's
single
a lot
woman?
of women. There are a lot of women
Of the
watching
40
the show.
Of the 40 people watching this show right now, is there a single woman? I'm gonna bet you 100
bet
US
you-
dollars that there's not a single
I
woman.
would bet you $1 million that there is one woman watching it right now. I would.
Okay.
I know that there is.
Do you have $1 million?
I do, buddy.
I'll bet you 1 million fucking Indian rubies or whatever the fuck that would be. That there's a woman.
1 million rupees. There
Yeah.
is. There is. There's gonna be at least one.
The
But what I've learned
the
is
FBI
that
agent
my-
the FBI agent assigned to monitor me is a woman, so you're right.
my audience has a surprising number of women in it. Okay, you've seen the weigh-ins. There's a surprising number of women. I think my audience is like 8% female now. Maybe that means I've gone soft. Maybe that means I fucking lost my edge. I'm getting all these women supporters and shit like this. I gotta start putting out some more incel tier rhetoric and saying women are slime and don't deserve to live, and, you know, basically encourage terrorists like Wheat Waffles does, and, you know, do that all fucking shit.
Listen, all I'm
Coach
saying is
Black,
PvP,
no.
you need to be careful of these women. They're not to be trusted. You can't trust them. They're dangerous individuals. Trust me, I know. I've had experience. I know what they'll do. All I'm saying is be careful and be on the edge, because at any time the coalition of females is going to attack us, PPP. The coalition of women out to get me! Out to get me! And out to get you! And out to get all of us! The women are here to destroy us! They're here to destroy us, PPP! I've seen it.
They are.
I've seen these women, what they're plotting behind the scenes. They're working to drive us apart. They're working to drive the brotherhood of man from each other, to turn us against each other, and work us against each other into a shoot, brother. I've seen things you wouldn't believe.
Is that right, man? Oh, God. All right. What the fuck? Is there anything in the chat? Anybody got any questions the next couple minutes? Because otherwise I'm going to go and start prepping for my show.
I got to show you something.
All right.
Let's see if I can find her. Where is she? Is she in her log? Oh, yeah, there she is. Hello. I gotta introduce you to something. I got some hermit crabs, so we're gonna introduce them live on the air today. Here we go. All right, wake up. Can you see them?
What? What is this?
It's my hermit crab. Say hi.
Of course you would get a hermit crab. The one animal that personifies you the most, buddy.
This is actually,
the hermit crab.
Actually, ironically, hermit crabs are very social creatures. This is a girl. Her name is Yoko. She's very nice. Look at how cute she is.
Is Yoko part of the coalition of females, buddy?
No, animals don't count. Just human women. Oh, say hi to the camera. Say hi.
Well, I thought human women were animals, buddy. I thought they weren't even people.
No, they're reptilians from outer space.
Oh, yeah.
See, look at how cute she is. Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi, everyone. Hello. I'm gonna... Oh, don't fall over. I'm gonna put you back. Okay, girl? Okay. All right. Any questions in the chat? Oh, are we gonna watch Heels? Have you seen the new Stars wrestling show?
I haven't watched it. Have you watched it yet?
No. I'll watch it though if you think we should.
I'll watch it. How many episodes have been out so far? 2 or 3 or something?
I don't know. I think CM.
I guess. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's all I know is Punk has a role in it.
I think Cody's in it too. I think he said so. I'll watch it. Yeah, I'll watch it for if we do a show. I'm not sure if we're gonna do a show every week or something or whatever you want to do. We'll do it.
Well, I think we're gonna keep trying for every week. It's just some weeks it doesn't work out or we're busy or whatever.
Yeah, I'll just do it when I'm available. I'm not sure if I'll be available. I won't be available obviously all out weekend because I'll be in Chicago. So maybe when I get back.
I'll just probably do a solo show that week, or maybe when you get back. I don't know.
I'll drive back Monday. So if you want to do it that Monday after, we can. But every other week, if there's something to talk about, I don't see a reason to do a show, though. Like, if there's, no wrestling going on. But if you want to do a show next week, if you want to watch Heels, I'll do that.
Yeah, well, we'll do one on Heels and probably Dynamite. I'm going to try and watch Dynamite every week. I think it's going to be easy to do for the next couple months, at least, because the product's getting hot.
It is.
But so far as Raw and SmackDown are concerned, I can't.
I'm not watching it. I will not be watching. I just will not give myself to watch SmackDown. I'll make myself miserable. So, yeah, we'll see everyone around. Season 2, baby. Season 2, the return.
Season 2,
Woo!
return. Juice.
All right.
Woo and dabbing.